G'day YouTube, Down to Bricks here. Now that we're in the thick of Star Wars week, I thought it would be great to do an overview of all the Force Awakens sets. And now that the diehards have all seen the movie, we can actually have a bit of a chat about how these sets relate to the movie. So before we go on, I just want to give the warning that this video will contain spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie and you don't want to have it spoiled for you guys, I suggest you switch it off now. But in saying that, once you've seen the movie, I encourage you to come back and watch this video, because I'd love to hear from you guys to see what you think about how these sets related to the Force Awakens movie. Now before we get right into it, I just have to say from the outset, this is an awesome Star Wars wave. Now you guys know I build a lot of Star Wars, so I think I'm sort of pretty well equipped to say that I think this is probably one of the best Star Wars waves that we've gotten in a long time. Which is pretty impressive because we have had some great sets, especially this year. There's been some awesome Star Wars sets. And when you line them all up like this, it's a pretty impressive display. But I think it's time now that we have a little bit of a zoom around to each set. But just before we do that, I have done what you're building reviews and comparisons to all these sets. I'll have cards up there where you can link to those and check those out if you want to see these sets in more detail and see them compared to some of the older Star Wars sets that LEGO have produced. But let's start with the first order and we'll check out the Snow Speeder. So I actually really enjoyed this set when I first built it. I have to say some of the gloss has worn off it a little bit now. I compare it with some of these other brilliant sets. It has got some great play features. I love how you can just roll it around there. Love the Gatling gun style cannon. The gun up the front's pretty cool too. I wish that actually did swivel. That would be a nice addition. The main thing with this is the awesome minifigs. I mean, they just look sweet, don't they? Whether it's a stormtrooper, a snow trooper, a flame trooper, all the troopers in these sets are top notch. And I think the younger kids will have a lot of fun with this set. And over to the troop carrier. Now this one was a real surprise for me. I wasn't too sure how I'd feel about this set, but I love it. I really do love it. It's just got so many good things about it, so many good play features with the front gate dropping down, the gunner popping up out of the hatch. Awesome minifigs again. I really think that LEGO have done a great job with this set. So much playability with it. Again, the young ones are going to love it for that. It is quite pricey, this set, but I really do love that we get a totally new vehicle out of this Force Awakens movie, and I think LEGO did a great job with it. Again, the minifigs are awesome. Captain Phasma, I mean, that is just one awesome minifigure. Didn't play a huge part in the movie, but I'm expecting that we're going to see a lot more from her in the coming movies, and I really look forward to seeing that. One set that I had a feeling I was really going to love before I even opened the box was this TIE Fighter. And I am really impressed with this set. I really love it. The printed pieces that we get, the big printed dishes, the trans pieces, it's just an awesome build. It looks fantastic. And if I can get it down there and just to see that TIE Fighter pilot there, that is another awesome minifig. Alright, and over to the big boy of the wave. Well, not the biggest, but it is a huge build, isn't it? I'll have to come right back just to fit it in. And of course, it is Kylo Ren's command shuttle. Now, I really do like this build. It was a great build. Of course, we know now that there's a lot of flaws with the design, that we didn't get the folding wings, and in the movie it's a very sleek looking ship, and We just quite don't get it with this Lego build. I actually wish that Lego had have held off on this build and we probably got it in the next wave where they might have been able to refine it a little bit better. I mean, it is hard to say because it really is impressive. When I sit it up there on a stand where you can fold the wings out, even though the wings aren't accurate, it really does look pretty impressive sitting with these sets. And Lego have incorporated some awesome features with this set, with the design to fold the wings down. I think that is a very good design. The whole center section is a really good design. It's a nice build. You can fit all your minifigs that you get with the set in there. So there's a lot of good things about it. I just think it could have just been tweaked a bit more, and like I said, I think if they had waited to the next wave, I think we would have got an improved design to what we actually have here. And of course the minifigs. Again, we get some awesome minifigs in this build. General Hux had a major role in the movie, and I think he's going to be a person in future movies that we're just going to love to hate. The Kylo Ren minifig I think is awesome. I know a lot of people have said that the helmet is too big, and yes, I agree with them in proportion. It is a little big, but I mean, we have to remember it's got to go over the Lego head. It's got to be strong enough to stand up to kids playing with it. So when you take all that into account, I think we're left with an awesome looking minifigure, and I just love the printing on him. Of course, a big surprise, I mean, there was some speculation beforehand, and of course we're all expecting Rey to be Han and Leia's daughter, but turns out, of course, to be Kylo Ren is their son. And while a lot of people are wondering about Kylo's fate from the end of the movie, I think we're definitely going to see him back in the future movies. And while Luke managed to bring Vader back to the light side right at the end of the series, I actually think Kylo Ren is going to go the other way, and he's going to be drawn further to the dark side. Now, of course, if those design issues with that model are a real problem to you, you can always have a bit of a play around with the wings. I'm sure over time we're going to see a lot more videos come up on YouTube where people are going to do some mods to that shuttle, and I think we're going to have some very good solutions to keep an eye out for in future videos. But we'll move on now to the good guys, and of course we'll have to start with the X-Wing, Poe's X-Wing. And I really enjoyed Poe's character in the movie, and I really enjoy this set. I think it looks fantastic. I love the color scheme. I love the slightly different take on the build to the traditional X-Wing. The highlighting features of the set really stand out and look great. The printed cockpit windscreen is just a beautiful piece. And I really don't have any negatives with this set at all. I just absolutely love it. I guess the one thing, if I go in here and have a closer look, I guess the one thing is those blue rubber bands. But as you can see, I swapped mine out for some red ones so they don't stand out anywhere as much as what they did. And it's a quite easy fix. And this set is so brilliant, I'm just not even going to let that bother me. So we'll go down and have a look at Rey's speeder. And what a great speeder it is. Now, it's in the movie quite a bit in the beginning. I think Lego have done a fantastic job. The build looks great. For a small set, it's got a lot of detail to it. And I think it's going to be one of those vehicles that really stands the test of time. Just like Luke's land speeder from the very first movie, I think Rey's speeder is going to have the same effect on people. And Rey's head wrap is just an awesome, awesome piece. Okay, and now on to the big guy, the Millennium Falcon. And how awesome is that? That just looks brilliant, doesn't it? It was just so awesome to see the Falcon back in action in the movie. Really put a smile on my face. And every time Lego brings out a Millennium Falcon, they make improvements on it, and why the 2011 set is an awesome build. There's just little things about this one that Lego have improved on, and I think it just looks fantastic. Again, I have done a comparison, a bit of a Millennium Falcon face-off, where I've compared the 2011 to this current one. So if you want to check that out, I only published it a few days ago. So again, in the cards, you can check that out. Now, in the minifigs with this set, we get the Kanji Club gang members. Now, there's something that we're not going to see any more of now that they've been chewed up and spat out. Again, with Rey and Chewie, awesome minifigs. Love the bowcaster there that we get with Chewie, awesome addition. And of course, BB-8. So we have ourselves another lovable droid. The to and fro between BB-8 and Finn was very entertaining. And speaking of Finn, one of my favourite characters from the movie. I think he did a great job in the movie. And I'm really looking forward to seeing the relationship between Finn and Rey develop over the coming movies. And of course, that brings us to Han. So the biggest shock of all was, of course, the demise of Han Solo, which is really going to drive the interest in this minifig, because it is very unlikely that we're going to see another Han in future sets. Of course, it's not an impossibility. In the next wave, we may get another one. I hope we do. I hope people can get hold of this minifig in a cheaper set. But then again, we know what Lego's like, and they could use this minifig as a major draw card to have people buy this new Millennium Falcon. Well, okay guys, this is a prize winning video, so if you want a chance to win this C-3PO, check the descriptions below on how you enter, and this is all part of Star Wars Week. Well, okay guys, that is the whole lot all wrapped up. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And now more people are seeing the movie. I'd love to hear what you guys think. I mean, it answered a lot of questions, but it raised so many more as well. I mean, we still don't know who Rey is. We've got no idea who Snoke is and his relation to the dark side. And the biggest thrill for me was just how it really all tied in to the very first Star Wars. There's so many similarities between the two movies. And while they probably hammed it up a little bit in some scenes, for an old-time viewer that saw Star Wars when it first came out, it really put a smile on my face. And I actually just have to go back and watch the movie again, because I was just so hyped up for it. I'm really looking forward to just seeing it again and sitting down and enjoying it for what it is, and not being quite so swept up in the whole emotion of it all. But again, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'd love to hear from you guys. I suppose a lot of people are waiting to hear what is my pick out of all these sets. Well, it is just too darn hard. I just cannot really pick. I mean, the Millennium Falcon, awesome set. It's the most expensive set. Not everybody's going to be able to afford it, so it's hard to pick that as number one, but it is awesome. Rey Speeder, the cheapest set. You cannot go wrong with it. It is awesome. The X-Wing, I mean, just look at that X-Wing. It's probably the sharpest looking set out of all of these. I'm a huge fan. It sat at number one for me for a while. I'm back and two on all these sets. The Transporter, I'm constantly surprised at just how much I love it for the design of it, the overall look of it. But it just draws me in. I love that set. And the TIE Fighter, oh my God, look at it. It is the best TIE Fighter that we've ever gotten from Lego. It just looks fantastic. So honestly guys, I just cannot pick one. My advice is Stay on the lookout for when these sets come on sale. That is your best time to get them. My advice is always look out for the sales. Wait till they're marked down. Pick them up then, so you're getting some decent value for your dollar, because we all know they're expensive sets. So I'm not going to harp on that, but look out for the sales. Pick up what you can. What's your favourite? Help me decide, because I'm having a lot of trouble. I've bounced from the X-Wing to the TIE Fighter to the Transporter to the Millennium Falcon and back again. So I'd love to hear from you guys, so leave it all in the comments. Let's have a chat about it. But thanks again for watching, guys. So please give me a thumbs up, that would be awesome. Subscribe to my channel. You can follow me on Instagram at DownUnder Bricks. But until the next video, bye for now.